So you're a published author, and congrats on the new book, teaching people what to do, how to. It's basically, if I'm understanding it correctly, kind of the how-to guide to get involved in the private lending real estate space and not make the mistakes that you made. Is that kind of where we're going with that?
Exactly. That's where we're going with it, basically, because
So.
you don't want to, even though you don't really lose money, with real estate, but
Mhm.
because you always have to, once you always have the real estate, you can make money off it. But there are people, who trying to cheat you out of money, on the other side of it. And some people, the ones you get the property in your hand, I mean, once they have the using the property and your money, they tend to sometimes don't do what they say they do.
Right.
You gotta vet these folks out. Who's a
Cool.
good person, who's the bad ones, basically.
And so I think in your book, you have a chapter in there that just focuses on that and how to really vet out the borrower and make sure the questions that you need to think about and ask before, you actually take your hard-earned money
Yep.
and share it with somebody else. What were some of the like one or two red flags that now and is in the book, but the Leonard from many years back when you were getting started doing this didn't know? What would you tell yourself? What do you know now that you would tell yourself back then that maybe would have helped you avoid some of those big mistakes?
Well, one of the things is to make sure that person has some capital themselves to help, go forward with on that project. you know. So sometimes you just, oh, here's some money. I guess money here. I trust you.
Right.
No, that doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
Having some of their own skin in the game, and then some capacity if something goes sideways to cover it. Because I
and they do,
found.
that's right. They do go sideways. Projects do. They
Mhm.
always. There's something that goes on that hicks up, and the person either looking for more money, coming back to you for more money. You don't want that. You want to avoid all those issues beforehand. Yep. So in
Very.
other words, the person has to be a little bit seasoned with this project.
Mhm.
Knowing what he does, and also have his people, his team of people, contractors, all that, to help back him up.
Right. Okay, so that's some really good insight as to what to look for the actual borrower or the deal maker. What about the deal? How many times when it goes wrong is it a function of it not being a good deal? And what do you teach people now? And you would have taught yourself back in the day, that now, to watch for when you're really evaluating is something a good deal or not.
Well, a couple of times I did overpay,
Mm,
and when overpay you don't want to do, especially. So you had to vet the property out itself. Make sure the property is worth what it think is worth. Get appraisal on the property, a good one. So if that doesn't happen, and you often know if you don't know the cost of the property and the amount of work that goes into it, because I was new, really wasn't paying much attention to how much work I thought the person did. That's not the case sometimes. So
sure, sure, absolutely.